Welcome. I am Harper West, a clinical psychologist and developer of self-acceptance psychology. In this video is part 2 of how to change your personality through self-acceptance. In the previous video, I went through numbers 1 through 12 of 22 personality changes that I experienced as a result of self-acceptance. And as I said before, many of these changes sort of happened organically. I didn't consciously set about to change them and practice affirmations or anything like that. They just changed, and it wasn't until years later that I discovered these changes. So let's jump right in. Number 13. All my life, previous to being self-accepting, I was considered very shy. I was actually identified as an introvert on personality tests. I was painfully shy as a child, actually. Crowds and social events just were not my thing. I was sort of awkward and struggled a lot in social situations. I would overthink my responses and be fearful of saying the wrong thing. I hesitated to strike up conversations with strangers, and I just looked and sounded awkward, I think, most of the time. But when my self-judgment and my fear of being judged by others was eliminated, I became extroverted. Without those affirmations and without a lot of conscious thought, this personality change just occurred. Now I can talk to anyone pretty much anywhere at any time with ease, and I often feel energized being in crowds, which is one of the signs of being an extrovert. Because I'm relaxed, I can now react smoothly and appropriately. I can be humorous in situations. I'm just not so tense. And this is all because I was no longer fearful of what others thought about me. Number 14. I also used to be fearful of emotional closeness, of psychological openness, and vulnerability. My transformation could not be more dramatic. I changed careers to become a clinical psychologist. And I deal comfortably with strong emotions and difficult situations every day. I not only value the power of being open and emotionally connected to others, but I realize that true courage involves opening up and being vulnerable to others. Number 15, I used to tolerate bad behavior in my partners and husbands. I now make a very conscious choice about who I allow in my life. I set clear, healthy boundaries early and often in relationships. Number 16, my emotional and social intelligence used to be very limited. But this was largely because I was dealing with my own fears and insecurities. But now I am no longer caught up in worrying about those fears, and I can tune into the emotions of others. I can be present, fully present emotionally with myself and with others. Now, for the first time, I can truly and honestly say I experience compassion towards others because I can experience their emotions. Number 17, my intuition is now a valuable resource that I use to guide my decisions. Because I am calm and I've slowed my thoughts down, my intuitive insights and reactions can sort of percolate up into my consciousness, giving me lots of great information about other people and situations. Helps me make decisions a lot too. Number 18, being calm now enables me to sense the energy of others. Many people are running on sort of a high alert all the time, so that anxieties and fears and insecurities over imagined situations are overwhelming the real information flowing in from their instincts and emotions. They may miss out on a wealth of valuable facts and information about people in their lives, maybe even threats from threatening people who might want to manipulate them. I know I sure missed those signals in the past, and I'm glad I have the skills to manage that now. Number 19, this is a big one that I hear a lot about from patients who complain just about being sort of unhappy all the time. And I recognize now, I used to be sort of discontented a lot too. I wasn't a very negative person. I didn't whine and complain a lot, but there was just sort of this malaise. I was always striving and looking for the next thing to make me happy, the next job, the next relationship, the next, project, the next event. And I now realize it was because I looked at these sort of external situations to experience a sense of happiness. I did not realize that my sense of emptiness was due to my lack of emotional connection to myself, most importantly, but also to others. I had learned, probably from my parents, to look to other people for approval. And if I wasn't getting this flow of approval from others, then that led me to feel sort of unhappy and discontented. Being approved of equaled love and happiness. Being approved of by others, that is. I didn't realize that I needed to approve of myself. Because if you're not happy in relationship with yourself, you will never be happy, no matter what career or house or relationship you have. If instead you look inward to gain self-acceptance, you may find contentment wherever you are in whatever career or relationship you have. Paradoxically, my endless questing for some ephemeral sense of happiness is gone, oddly, but yet I'm very happy and contented in my life. Number 20. The imperfections of others used to really irritate me like crazy. They were lazy, they screwed up on the job, they couldn't even drive very well. Oh my gosh, I had a complaint about everyone else's behavior. And I would vent about these to myself and others and think I was being quite self-righteous. They should try and fix themselves. Remarkably, when I accepted my own imperfections, I also learned to be much more accepting of the failures and imperfections of others. I can be more understanding of their motivations and their struggles, knowing that we all mess up. We all make bad decisions, and maybe we all even don't know how to drive so well. Plus, I think when I was always a little bit anxious, a little bit chronically on guard, that makes a person more easily irritated, and that makes any kind of annoyance even more irritating. You just find those kinds of things much more difficult to handle. Number 21, in the past, I did not have good eye contact. I would always look down and away and be very shy with others and deferential. And now I don't have a problem with that. I can control myself and have sustained eye contact with others in most situations. And number 22, our last item. I had great difficulty making good career decisions and just life decisions in general. And I had a difficult time knowing my own passions or interests. When I read about things like flow states or finding your passion, I really had no understanding of those concepts. It didn't resonate with me at all. They sounded good, but I had never experienced that. And this was because largely I had no emotional or psychological awareness of myself especially. I was so externally focused on the needs and opinions of others that I really didn't tune into my own needs and opinions. I really completely dismissed my thoughts and feelings, actually. And now, oddly enough, I experience intense flow states every day on my job. Time flies when I'm with patients. I love my career. It's a perfect fit for me. Psychology is undoubtedly my passion and my life's work. So, those are the 22 steps, actually ways that my self-acceptance and self-compassion improved my personality. Remember that at the core of self-acceptance is learning to tolerate shame. This is really important. Self-acceptance isn't just loving yourself, some sort of abstract love for yourself. It's also learning to manage that very difficult experience of feeling unworthy and learning to manage it in healthy, balanced ways. So have you changed your personality? Do any of these ideas resonate with you? Or would you like to experience these? Feel free to comment below in the comments section or on Facebook. Let me know what you're thinking. Please share your experiences so we can have a dialogue about this idea that I'm promoting called self-acceptance psychology. And subscribe to this channel for future posts. Have a great day and be kind to yourself.